Murder art?
Well, that's a good question. It's a good question. Well, it's like an artistic one. Like there's a famous portrait done of there's a famous portrait that Pablo Picasso did called Guernica. You guys ever heard of it? It's a portrait like he's portraying an incident in World War II where the Spanish Civil War of a famous town being bombed, but he's depicting art as he's depicting murder as art because of all the murder of the innocent civilians. So art is up to opinion, and it's up to the artist. I mean, there's plenty of different types of artistry that participate in.
What was your question again?
I asked Arturo if he thought that if there was a problem in society when we consider murder art.
And he basically gave you a BS answer. The sense is, yeah, there is a serious problem in society. Just look at all of our movies, these special effects. We're a society obsessed with violence. There's rarely that you have a movie where we're obsessed with violence, with destruction. Who goes to how many of you would really go see a Shakespeare play or Shakespeare on the movie? You'd be bored out of your mind. How many would go to a movie in which basically the dialogue carried the movie versus the special effects? Probably very few of you. And you have been brought up in a society which you are spread from your TV, from your childhood. The stuff on TV, even the cartoons, the violent cartoons show that there's a negative effect on student behavior. So art could be hanging somebody. That doesn't make it socially acceptable or moral or ethical.
My China's not saved me today. Okay.
He thought he was going to graduate.
You see, sometimes in China, people get more depressed when their game is stopped. Like this one girl in China, after the earthquake, there's few days you had to shut down all the entertainment in China. So this one girl it's like a computer bar in China. You have to pay like $1 or so to go online for an hour. So she got pissed off because she can't go online and play games. So if you stop the game, it actually leads people to become depressed, and then they become violent, so they start cussing out at random people. And she cussed out at the region where people had the earthquake. So, and then if you do shut down the entertainment, like the games and stuff, just like the UC placement exam we took, it says internet stuff actually leads people to more depressed and stuff. If that leads to violence, if you just ban the game, you should ban the internet and everything else. We do that.
Let me give you another interpretation of why the girl was violent. And that interpretation is because she had been fed a stream of violent games. And that violent games increased her hostility, and she was acting out that violence from that, not because she couldn't play the violent games, because of the aggression that she got from that, and that explains that, and therefore that's why we should ban them.
For Mr. Cozine,
yes.
Could you explain the economic impact of banning this game?
Well, it's like the same problem with banning alcohol. The economic impact, we didn't ban alcohol until we got a tax, the income tax, and we banned alcohol. Yeah, if you're going to ban this product, you're going to lose the tax revenues from it, but so what? I mean, as we're a world driven by economics, basically we could probably make a lot of money if we had public executions and charge people to do that, to go to those public executions. Why don't, if you want to make money from from violence, why not do that? Put it on cable TV? Would that make it right? And should we do it? Then it should be public policy.
Well, yeah, that was a good point. Well, we all as we all learn, certain industries affect others, like railroad affects other technologies. Just like this game affects other other markets. So one, the video game, you have to buy an Xbox to have it. That stimulates Xbox growth. You have to have a TV to play it. That stimulates more TV, like people buying bigger TVs to like, because they want the full experience. And to have that, you have to have electricity to play it. So when your electricity, you're paying more for your electricity, which gives more money to the companies, which gives more money to the government. Now, like, now all this stuff, like, if you take it away, it will have an effect, not a major effect, but it will still have an effect, especially because our economy is incredibly weak right now, or very weak, as proposed by some of the people. We shouldn't take it away. That's something that's like giving us growth, like stimulating us.
For Cozine, are the people who originally buy the games for the people who buy the games, aren't they already violent?
No.
Nope.
No?
That's the answer.
No?
Just say yes. Might as well say yes.
Actually, they have done studies on people who aren't violent, who play these games here. I don't think that I've seen any study on the population of people who buy the games. Okay, so I wouldn't say that these people are predisposed towards violence that buy that. There's no evidence that I can give you or he can give you that indicates that. That's probably a study down the pipe. Also, I didn't realize that $60 a pop game was a major part of the American economy. That put us into depression. So games are now equal to automobiles. Okay, in terms of the American economy, pretty good job there. Okay.
Alright, it's not a rebuttal of that, believe it or not. Well, like, you know, like, are people, like, violent? That the people who buy it? Well, that's basically arguing, are people naturally violent? Now, Cozine is from the baby boom era, apparently. I thought he was, like, 300 years older, but he's from the baby boom era. Now, a major product purchased in the baby boom era was toy guns. Now, toy guns there's the toy gun effect. Basically, kids playing with toy guns, playing cops and robbers, playing cowboys and Indians. They didn't have Grand Theft Auto games back then. They didn't have like games like that. So you saw that these people like played with like toy guns and like toy soldiers. We all played that like as little kids. Now, did they become like assassins? Did they become murderers? Did they become mass murderers? Well, they didn't. I mean, I have a perfect example. You guys all know Miss Hughes, right? Because most of you had honors American Lit. She played with that. She said she was obsessed with toy guns as a little girl. That's all she ever played with her brother. And she's a total pacifist now.
So the losing side mentioned the girl in Andy's story was probably violent before the game was banned. So in regards of what would be the consequences of banning the game if people already are violent, won't there be consequences in terms of violence?
If you suggest that by banning these games is going to eliminate violence in society, well, I'm not that absurd. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are lots and lots of variables that lead to the increase of violence. Obviously, an economic downturn